But first, right now at 11, the results are in for the special election in Georgia's 14th Congressional District. The winner will replace former Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene. Good evening, and thanks so much for joining us here on 11 Alive and streaming with us on 11 Alive Plus. I'm Jennifer Bellamy. We want to get you straight to those results now. A Republican and a Democrat dominating the other 15 candidates in the special election. Sean Harris, the Democrat, is the top vote getter tonight, and Clay Fuller, the Republican, finishes second. Neither candidate earned more than 50% of the vote, so that means Harris and Fuller both advanced to the runoff scheduled for April 7th. 11 Alive's Doug Richards is in Rome, where the two candidates held their victory parties. Doug, how was everything out there?
Well, you know, it was kind of predictable that a Republican and a Democrat would end up on top of this crowded field and end up in a runoff. It may have been a little less predictable that the Democrat actually would have gotten the most votes in this crowded field, although it was certainly by a narrow margin. The Republican who won got a high-profile endorsement from President Donald Trump. Clay Fuller has been a prosecutor in Northwest Georgia and will now make his case to voters in a runoff in April. Fuller and the Democrat failed to get a majority of votes tonight, hence the runoff. We talked with Fuller's Democratic opponent, Sean Harris, but first let's hear from Fuller.
What we've been doing is working, and we're going to keep telling the voters that we've been endorsed by President Trump, and we're going to go up there and be a fighter for them. That's the message that's been resonating with the voters, and we'll think that's going to get us a victory here on April 7th.
Our goal was to come out of tonight winning this election, being number one at the top, and that's exactly where we are. And now we're going against Fuller. President Trump came here 2 weeks ago, and guess what? His candidate came in second place. And I'm a firm believer that when we get on head-to-head come April 7th, you're going to be talking to me again because we're going to win it.
Sean Harris is the Democrat. He's a retired brigadier general who actually got the most votes tonight, as he mentioned. Harris may have benefited a little discontent from President Trump's pursuit of the conflict in Iran, high grocery and gas prices, and perhaps a few other issues. But Harris has an uphill climb. He lost badly in the last election against Marjorie Taylor Greene in 2024. So the runoff campaign between Harris and Fuller essentially begins tonight. Harris has an event planned this coming weekend with Democrat Pete Buttigieg. And Harris said that he would welcome if President Trump decides that he wants to stump again for Clay Fuller, although there are certainly no plans to do that, at least at this point. Of course, the runoff campaign is very, very young. We are live in Rome tonight. Doug Richards, 11 Alive News.
All right, Doug, so the story there continues. Well, tonight, Georgia's Governor Brian Kemp is congratulating Clay Fuller, writing on X tonight, "When I appointed Clay as district attorney, I was confident that he would be a fearless advocate for the rule of law in our state. As we head into the runoff election, Republicans must be united and send this proven conservative fighter to Washington." In a statement in support of Sean Harris, Democratic Party of Georgia Chairman Charlie Bailey says, in part, "Even in Marjorie Taylor Greene's former district, Georgians are sick and tired of cost-raising, health care cutting failed Republican leadership. And Sean's performance tonight is the proof."